Question number 8.
Point of order.
Point of order, Kelvin.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to hold my question over until the Minister of Māori Development is available to answer.
Leave is sought for that course of action. Is there any objection? There is objection. Kelvin Davis.
To the Minister for Māori Development, does he believe that the lives of Māori have improved during his time as Minister for Māori Development?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Yes.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Kelvin Davis.
How have Māori lives improved with the Māori home ownership rate plummeting to just 28% under his watch and face a rate of homelessness more than 5 times greater than the European population?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, the Māori Housing Network provides funding of approximately $17.6 million per annum for housing projects aimed at improving the quality and affordability of homes as well as increasing the number of whare available. The Māori Housing Network is supporting 87 projects around the motu. These projects include helping to repair 243 whānau homes, build 42 new affordable homes, support the provision of emergency housing facilities and provide infrastructure for 116 houses, making a difference, and that's what the focus is on.
Why has his
supplementary question, Kelvin Davis.
Why has his Kāinga Whenua scheme failed so dramatically to build houses, given fewer than 5 loans are being given out each year?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
On behalf of the Minister of Māori Development, they're currently running projects throughout the country and going around and speaking at different events to make sure that they're talking to people about how they might be working. We will be seeing that number increase.
Does he think his
supplementary question, Kelvin Davis.
Does he think his Māori Housing Network is really going to help Māori into homes when it organised more workshops last year than it built houses?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Māori Development, the whole idea is to be talking to people and making sure that the projects do fit with what they want locally and what they need. Mr Speaker, the answer to that question is a definite yes.
Supplementary. Does he accept...
Supplementary question, Kelvin Davis.
Does he accept he has overseen some of the worst declines for Māori home ownership, children living in cars, and being a minister in a government that his co-leader called a slumlord?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr Speaker, I think the Minister of Māori Development is making, certainly on behalf of him, is making huge inroads when it comes to Māori housing and how that can be done. From te whenua land to how they are actually pulling that together, to the loans that are available, to making sure that our young people do have access. I think it's making progress.
Supplementary question, Derek Ball.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. How have the lives of Māori improved if Te Puna Kōkiri and Whānau Ora commissioning agencies...
Order. I require substantially less interference from my right-hand side. The member can start his question again.
How have the lives of Māori improved if Te Puna Kōkiri and Whānau Ora commissioning agencies have exited almost 30 of the 50 contracts nationwide that were transferred from the Ministry of Social Development, while he keeps the funding and enjoys a slush fund of almost $3 million?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr Speaker, that member has made his views pretty clear in this House many times on how he sees Whānau Ora operating. Mr Speaker, on this, certainly on behalf of the Minister of Māori Development, the reality is that it showed that in more than 11,500 whānau were being supported to improve achievements across their lives. Mr Speaker, this is about working alongside Māori in their homes, in their communities, and seeing them be aspirational and working towards success, not about actually holding funds close to them and not making a difference.